Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at some skills called chamfers and fillets. Now, the first thing you're going to do, if you're not already on your working document, you're going to open Onshape, log into your account, and you should be on this landing screen. You're just going to open up the practice session that we've been working on for the past few sessions. Um, if this is what you left it on, it's what I left it on, you should have what we were working on last lesson, which was your cube with the extrude removes through the middle of it. And you should have some wacky looking shape like that. All you're going to do now is click the plus in the bottom left corner, create new part studio, call it lesson 4. If you want a proper title for it, you can call it fillets and chamfers. Now, I'm going to show you something I should have probably told some of you a short while ago, and that is how to change your default units. Now, being an American piece of software, Onshape works with imperial as the defaults. So where I've been typing in millimeters, you may well have been seeing inches, and where you've typed 100 in, you may have seen your shape go off the page because it's 100 inches rather than millimeters. So how you can do that is, and this might be dependent on where you are, but what I will say is I will be working millimeters going forward. So do with that what you will. I'm going to click on these 3 horizontal bars here. This is the closest that Onshape comes to a file button or a generic menu button. If I scroll down, near the bottom I've got workspace units. All you need to worry about is this first drop down where it says length default unit. It's probably in inches by default. Just change that to millimeters. If you want it in inches, that's fine, or you can set that to whatever suits you, but just be aware I will be stating everything in millimeters going forward. The only other thing that you might want to change on here is mass default unit. That's how heavy things are. I've got mine set to kilograms. Again, I think it defaults to pounds. I might be wrong with that, but just set that to whatever you want. It's not a massive issue, and it's a really, really niche thing that we're going to be doing in a while. But that's the only other thing you might want to set. And once you've done that, you're going to click the tick. Okay. What you're going to do now is you're going to click on the front plane, and you're going to draw a rectangle for me that is longer than it is tall. I don't care what measurements that is. I'm going to do one that is, I'm going to press D to enter dimension mode. You'll see my dimension tool toggles on. I'm going to do it 50 high and 100 long. Don't do it stupidly thin or stupidly tall. That will be bad. Just make a sensible shape with your own dimensions and extrude it again a sensible amount. I'm going to extrude it 75 just so I've got a third different dimension in there. So you've got a block that looks a bit like this. Pause the video till you're there. Okay, now I've got that, I want you to have a look around you at some of the things that might be around. So it might be your desktop, it might be your keyboard, it might be your phone, your mouse, your tabletop, your table legs, even your chair. Um, you will see that none of those have truly sharp edges. If you look closely at those, they might have what you'd think are corners, but when you look closely, they've actually got either, and I bet they'll have either, a slight rounded edge on them or a slight straight angled edge, just to make it a bit comfier, a bit nicer on the mold, and we're going to repeat this on our product. So we've made this block. The first thing we're going to do is use this tool. So look at the extrude tool, and then you're going to just jump along, and you'll find there's a line here where it starts a new bracket. These tools are all about adding or removing material to the shape. These tools are about changing or manipulating that shape in some way. So the fillet tool, I guess it's technically a removal tool, but what this does is it will round off an edge. And I want you to zoom in. I want you just to click on one of the vertical edges on your shape, and you will see that you get the preview of a fillet. A fillet is just where you've rounded off a corner. So you might have sanded things like that in DT, where you or filed something round and smooth. That's technically a fillet. And again, if I look at the top view now, I can either set a specific dimension or I can pull this arrow. I can make that as round as I like. Just beware, fillets are really awkward at interacting with each other. They can do it, but they get to a point where they won't like touching each other. And what I mean by that is if you go round and I click on this corner and all four of my vertical edges or vertices, and I actually need to be really careful. I don't click the face. If I click the face, the whole thing gets filleted. Every edge attached to that face gets filleted. If you do that by mistake, just go into the dialog box and click the X on the bottommost thing. Entry. You can zoom in, make sure it goes yellow or orange, and there you go. If I want the fillets to be different sizes, I need to do them individually, but I want all these to be the same size, so I'm going to do them all together. And what I mean is if I move them closer and closer and closer, I'll get this eye shape and I'll keep going. Eventually, it won't like it and the fillet will be too big and it'll be mathematically impossible. And that's super easy to do. So just be careful with how big you're setting your fillets. I'm going to set mine to 15. So it's nice, broad fillet on the edge of only on the edge of each of my vertical corners. And click the tick when I'm done. You'll see that preview disappears and it implements that fillet and you've smoothed those edges. Now, the thing next to the fillet, the chamfer tool, it does exactly the same thing, apart from instead of a round angle, it puts a straight angle on. And I want to do this to every side associated with the top face of my shape. So what I'm going to do is click the chamfer tool. I'm just going to click in the middle of that top face somewhere. Look at that. I've got that slight round. I'm going to set that to 10 mil. And all I'm going to do once I've done that, rotate by clicking and dragging the right mouse button so I can see the underside of my shape, and click that. So we've got a nice symmetrical shape. And then I click the tick. If I wanted, in fact, let's just go back into there. If I wanted this chamfer to be bigger or smaller than the top one, I would need to do it as two separate things. So I'd need to do my top chamfer, click the tick, which is 10 mil. What that 10 mil means is the distance from the top there to, or the vertical distance. So I'll just sketch on. It means this line should be 10 mil or there or thereabouts. And if we, yeah, 10.1, it didn't snap, so it's not exact, but that's what the 10 mil means. I'm going to put a 20 mil chamfer on the base. So set my chamfer tool. See what that's going to look like. Oh, it's too big, that. It doesn't like it. It's impossible to make that shape. Oh, you can just see the collisions there. So I'm just going to dial it back. I'm going to see if 18 works. 16. 15. There we go. 15 works. And I've got a shape with some fillets and some chamfers on. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to what you did last session with the remove tool. You're going to see how many of those faces you can actually add a fillet or chamfer to. And I will warn you, some of these bits in the middle, if it lets you at all, you will need your fillet to be super, super small. For example, let me demonstrate with this. If I get my fillet tool and I want to fillet this line here, so it's nice and smooth, it's not just abrupt. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. So 15, I'm going to type 1 in there. 1 does it quite nicely. It's got a nice little round edge on it. I might get away with 2. I think I will. I'm not sure if I'll get away with 3 because this is just about to collide. No. I might get away with 2.5. Yeah, oh, look at that. Just. If I click the tick, I've got a nice rounded edge. You're just going to have a play about with the chamfer. In fact, let's just do one more. Let's put a chamfer on this edge here. Oh, on the whole face, I'm going to put a 1mm chamfer there. It doesn't even like that. But I'll let you play about with that. And I will see you in the next video.